también ver. Aquí todos reunidos, listos para jugar. Aquí todos reunidos y hasta bailar. ¿Qué día es hoy? No es lunes, no es martes. ¿Qué día es hoy? Es ya casi el fin de semana. ¿Qué día es hoy? No es miércoles, no es jueves. ¿Qué día es hoy? Es viernes con maestra Plata. Es viernes con maestra Plata.
Hello and welcome back to the HSP Creative Project. We are starting week 2 today and I am so excited. Not only from seeing all your beautiful and creative ways that you're using your ideas this past week, but just that you're here and wanting to do more of this project with me. So last week we've been working on using your favorite color. This week we're going to work on your favorite shape. But before I explain that a little bit more, I want to just mention that if you wanted to do this project and you haven't started, or you're not really sure because we're already in week 2, you're more than welcome to just hop on in on week 2 and say, hey, I want to join in the conversation. Can you let me know how I can support or join or whatever, or you can just do it on your own. If you are the type of person that wants to start from the very beginning, like, you can definitely start week 1. You can even go back and watch all the other videos I have posted. You can go back to my podcast episodes, which explain everything in way more detail than these videos, and that will help you. You can always email me, message me, whatever it is that you need. I'm here to help you, either as a parent, as a teacher, as a highly sensitive person, as a creative person who just wants to add more creativity to your life. I am here to try to guide you through some of that. So with that said, I know some of you may be sitting in this place of wanting to begin and not really sure how. Some of you might even have bought some painting or some paints or some sort of material that you're just kind of sitting there with and not sure how to get started. I would say this is the hardest part about starting something new, especially if you're a highly sensitive person. You have to just go for it. And it's gonna be weird and it might feel like you're not doing it the right way, and that's just behavior you're gonna have to work through and unlearn and just kind of let it flow through you. Remember, you don't have to create something like artistic in the sense of it has to be paint and paper. It can be anything. For example, my husband is working on building a playlist based on the themes from songs that he's heard or songs that he's going to discover through this project. So for him, it's more of a mental thing and then just creating the playlist. Some people are doing like making things out of yarn or like bracelets. Some people are simply journaling, even 1 sentence a day. Like, it doesn't have to be a big digital creative thing, or it doesn't have to be like a painting a day. It's just whatever you want to do to show up based on the theme and create whatever it is that you want to create. You know, some people are even doing photographs, you know, anything. So with all of that being said, this week we're going to focus on our favorite shapes. And what you might start to notice is that you're going to be a lot more mindful of the world around you as you go through this process. Like, for example, this past week I started noticing so many more yellow things because my brain was focused on that. I'm going to start focusing a lot more on stars. And so when I'm reading books to my kids, I might notice different ways that different illustrators are drawing stars. And so that's all like filling my creative bucket. And that's the whole idea behind this, is that you kind of start paying attention to what you like, what you don't like, what sounds good, what doesn't sound good, and so forth. So I'm going to put the questions at the bottom of kind of the guiding questions that you can use. I'll also create a little like graphic for it that I'll post on my social media pages. And that will kind of help. I know that's helped some of you. So for this week, we're going to work on your favorite shape. So think about it. What is your favorite shape? My favorite shape is a star. I've always loved stars. And I love the way that you can draw them. I love that you can use them for so many different backgrounds. They have different significance for different people. So as I'm painting them on my iPad, I'm going to think about why that's my favorite shape. Where have I seen stars? What was the feeling behind it? What does it remind you of when you see that shape? You know, if your favorite shape is a heart, obviously Valentine's Day is like right around the corner. So that kind of helps guide a little bit of that. And then where are you seeing it? Obviously, what happens when you change it up a little bit? So let's say if I'm just doodling stars, like what happens if I draw it a different way? What happens if I add another point to the star? What happens when I try to actually paint like the galaxy or the universe and I try to make things more realistic? How does that feel comfortable? How does that bring up discomfort in me as a creative person? All of these things are just gonna help guide that creative process for you, because our processes are all gonna be different because we're different people, and you're gonna have different feelings come up for you. And so the point is that you have some sort of beginning idea and you have the ability to just show up and push through any discomfort or any questioning of yourself that you might be having, especially as a highly sensitive person. That's huge. And we'll talk about more of that during the reflection piece. So just kind of being, you know, more aware and more mindful of the things around you and how that's going to fuel your creativity with this project. So that's it. Favorite shape. I hope that you are enjoying this process, and that, you know, if you're a teacher, a parent, a highly sensitive person, just a creative person who wants more creativity in your life, that this project is helping you in some way. And let me know, you know, message me if you need anything, and I will see you next week. Adios.